With so much on the line, a 3-year tour exemption and a $100,000 first place prize, ESPN brings you the 62nd U.S. Open presented by Odor Eaters. From Brunswick Zone, Carroll in North Brunswick, New Jersey, just south of New York City. It's Dave Ryan with Leslie Goodell and Randy Peterson, along with 4 finalists who are ready to roll.
His 5 career titles include the 2000 ABC Masters and the 2001 U.S. Open. Last season's PBA Player of the Year, the 4th seed from Heartland, Michigan by way of Tampere, Finland, Mika Koivuniemi.
When the lanes get tough, straighter is greater, and nobody is better at it than Major Mika. Today, he will try to loft his way to a 3rd major title.
2 U.S. Open titles, 6 total major championships, but the number that matters is 40, as in career titles. With a win today, he will tie Earl Anthony's magical mark of 41. From Ocala, Florida, Walter Ray Williams, Jr.
The consummate shot maker will have to call on all of his skills if he is to win on what he called the toughest U.S. Open oil pattern in recent history.
The number 2 seed today is number 1 on the PBA point list. He has won 2 of his 4 career titles this season. From Tarrytown, New York, Patrick Allen.
The smooth-throwing left-hander has hoisted championship trophies twice this season. Can our lone southpaw add his first PBA major to that tally?
He bowled in the TV finals in 3 of 4 PBA majors last season. The 1998 Rookie of the Year, he has 5 career PBA titles. From Flower Mound, Texas, Chris Barnes.
The one thing missing from Chris Barnes' resume is a PBA major. Today he finds himself in the enviable position of needing only 1 win to change that fact.
These are your finalists for the 62nd U.S. Open, presented by Odor Eaters.
Hello and welcome everyone to New Jersey. It is with a touch of sadness that ESPN brings you the broadcast of the 62nd U.S. Open. Last weekend, legend Dick Weber passed on at the age of 75. He is certainly known as one of the most classy and wonderful representative this sport has ever known, and certainly one of the most talented. He owned the 1960s, winning 17 of his 26 titles. He was bowler and player of the year 4 times. Left us all with an unforgettable impression that he was the game's most loved and respected personality. Randy, you knew Dick Weber very well. What kind of person was he?
He was the greatest ambassador our sport's ever known. Dick never met a stranger, ever. And he was loved by so many. Isn't it ironic that the day that we got the news of his passing just happened to be Valentine's Day? Excuse me, I'm sorry, Dave, a little choked up. The only thing I'd like to say is, Mr. Weber, it was an honor.
Dick Weber certainly would have insisted that the show go on, and that's what we'll do. We'll pay tribute to Dick throughout our broadcast here today. But big storylines certainly emerge. Walter Ray Williams Jr. goes for his 41st career title, trying to tie the great Earl Anthony.
Walter Ray's got a huge mountain to climb today for a couple of reasons. Number 1, he's got a star-studded field that he has to try to get past. And number 2, he has to do it on what he said was the toughest U.S. Open oil pattern he's bowled on in a long time.
Randy, tough, certainly, format for these bowlers to get this far. 433 bowlers started our tournament with some round robin and some elimination play. They got themselves down to the 4 finals, and that's where you are. A step-ladder format today, led by our top seed, Chris Barnes.
Match number 1 pits 2 former U.S. Open champions as the Big Finn, Mika Koivuniemi, takes on the 3rd seed, Deadeye Walter Ray Williams Jr. The winner will face Patrick Allen, who finished 2nd in the season's first major, the Miller High Life ABC Masters. Waiting in the final is Chris Barnes, who hopes today will be the day he claims his first major title.
The big question, what is on the mind of legendary bowler Walter Ray Williams Jr.? Let's find out. 3rd member of our crew, Laneside, Leslie Goodell.
Well, Walter Ray has the chance to reach 2 milestones today. The first being, if he wins, he will become just the 2nd player to win 3 U.S. Open titles. But on a larger scale, a win today would give him 41 career PBA Tour victories, tying Earl Anthony. Is that on your mind at all?
No, well, it is on my mind, but when I'm out there bowling, I'm concentrated on my target and trying to throw good shots.
Well, as Walter Ray told us yesterday, guys, 3 wins is a long way to go. 3 wins are not easy to get.
Leslie, that is for sure, as Walter Ray Williams Jr. tries to tie the legend. And Hall of Famer Earl Anthony on the line today, $100,000 more points than normal because this is a major, second of our 4 major championships. Chris Barnes awaits what, as Leslie said, could be Walter Ray going through a couple of bowlers to get that far. Step ladder format, different than we would see on a normal PBA Tour event. With Mika's ball. Yes, the U.S. Open is underway from New Jersey. From Ocala, Florida, originally from California. Deadeye, as they call him. With his wife, Paige Pennington, alongside. Gets some late help. Each strike to begin this exciting semifinal, leading us to the Baby Ruth Real Deal matchup.
51 games all told for the week, 33 in the last 2 days. Check out these averages, U.S. Open style. And look at this. These guys are striking about half of the time. Here's the thing I want you to see, though. Look at that unusually low spare conversion percentage. Reason being, when the guys missed the pocket, they left puzzles up.
Got help on the 5, not on number 7 there. We saw Walter Ray's incredible success on television over the past dozen years.
Walter Ray looking for the shaker, leaves only the 7-pin. Didn't miss a single pin spare all week.
Deadeye was phenomenal last night. We watched him all the way through. Round robin match play into the seeding game, which he ended up as the number 3 seed ahead of Mika Koivuniemi. Outbowled him in that final game, and he, with Walter Ray and Mika, appeared locked in. Mika's words to us last night about the round robin match play, or different format, just survive. He knew he was in that top 4. His goal, throw the ball hard and avoid trouble.
Yeah, keep the ball on line. A lot of strategy that a lot of the players used was to try to just somehow get it to the 1-3.
Lots of help. Good carry.
And look, you can see the players are already into the 5th arrow. That's the 25th board. There's only 10 more boards left on that side of the lane, and Mika carries the early double.
His road here, qualified 7th after the 18 games. We had qualifying blocks to start, and then into round robin match play of the last 24. Those 2 great bowlers did go head-to-head twice. That's way high. Almost crosses over for Brooklyn.
Well, this was a theme all week, though, Dave. When you did miss the pocket, which was often, you know, did you leave yourself something you could actually make? Mika avoids the split, leaving the 3-6.
We'll break down the oil pattern, or a special U.S. Open major pattern, and it has been incredibly challenging for the bowlers. At 40 feet long, called by many, including Walter Ray, the most difficult on tour this season.
When you get the right format in this type of environment with this type of lane condition, the cream always rises to the top. That's why you have the 4 finalists that you have today.
Blisters the rack, 60 feet to success for Walter Ray Williams Jr. And he told us that exactly last night. He loves this format.
The more games, the better for the better players. They want to bowl games. These guys they're trained to bowl, bowl, bowl. And this week, they got their fill.
51 games of bowling. If you got through all the qualifying into the round of 24 match play round robin, then the seeding game. Perfect shot. With practice games, these guys bowled more than 90 games this week.
Yeah, a ton of games. 11,000 plus pins he knocked down. You see what he averaged in qualifying. That's the 18 games. That's over 3 days. The last 27 games.
Major Mika, first foreign-born player to win the ABC Masters and the U.S. Open. He's the first and only bowler in history to win majors as his first 2 titles. This is a big day for him. He knows about success in majors.
Well, Mika loves the tough stuff. There's a reason why. He keeps his hand underneath the back of it, and he can keep the ball on line. Throws just enough hook to knock 10 pins down, get that weak 10 out, but he's very, very good at lofting the front part of the lane and taking a little bit of the lane out of play and keeping the ball on line.
Great to have Stroh Motion with us. Great carry. Mika Koivuniemi, who throws the ball so hard with his loft. See how far left he is.
Again, right around the 5th arrow on the left side, 25th board, and guess what? These players are going to go. They're going to move deeper than that as the matches progress.
Ten-pin. And he liked it.
Pretty good shot here, but this ball is kind of DOA once it gets to the pocket, and that's why he leaves the weak 10. That's where the 6-pin just goes to the sidewall and doesn't do its work on the 10-pin. Walter Ray obviously thought it was a better shot than that.
Walter Ray has won 6 majors. Last in the 03-04 season. ABC Masters in Reno, Nevada, and having an outstanding season this year as well. As we see the road to the PBA Denny's World Championship. Denny's the official restaurant of the PBA Tour. Patrick Allen we'll see later today as the 2 seed. Danny Wiseman, who won the Masters to begin our season in Milwaukee. And PA is coming up. Winner of this match in our stepladder format. 10-pin down for Walter Ray Williams Jr. We have got a beauty. Don't go anywhere. The 62nd U.S. Open presented by Auto Readers is underway with our first match. Walter Ray Williams Jr. head-to-head here with Mika Koivuniemi, who knows about winning major championships.
ESPN searches for the next NBA analyst. Former NBA players Wilkins, Reed, Bullard, Brown, and Dawkins take their shot at the analyst job. The new season of Dream Job, live Sunday, February 27th at 10 on ESPN.
Hey, life on the street stinks.
We need odor protection.
Only Odor Readers has Sorbitex technology to absorb sweat and destroy odor on contact.
Don't just fight foot odor and wetness.
Whack it with Odor Readers Ultra Comfort insoles.
Filled up? Only Alka-Seltzer is instantly ready to break up and dissolve away the full feeling of indigestion and pain.
How about a rematch?
Break it up with Alka-Seltzer.
Jackson Hewitt. Get every deduction you deserve.
Pete Weber, PBA Hall of Famer, and a major
bobblehead.
Get a free PDW bobblehead and save $10 on tax preparation at jacksonhewitt.com/PDW.
Because you can never get enough PDW.
When machines can't be relied upon to do their work, a man knows he can rely upon himself. There you go. Looks like someone might have just worked up a little sweat. You wouldn't think it possible to find new reasons to have a beer at a bowling alley. But where there's a high life will, there is a high life way.
Hey,
Hey, it's me, your Crock-Pot Slow Cooker. Thanks to Banquet's Crock-Pot Classics, I'm easier than ever to use. Banquet Crock-Pot Classics come complete with big chunks of tender meat, fresh sliced veggies, and perfectly seasoned sauces. Just pour in Banquet's delicious ingredients, add some water. It's that easy. By the end of the day, you've slow-cooked a delicious meal, like chicken and red skin potatoes or hearty beef stew. Home-cooked meals have never been easier. So get crockin' and try Banquet's Crock-Pot Classics in your grocer's freezer.
From North Brunswick, New Jersey, the 62nd U.S. Open presented by Odor Eaters is brought to you by Odor Eaters with unique Zorbatex technology. Destroys foot odor and absorbs sweat on contact. By Miller High Life, to live simply, proudly, boldly, manly, this is the High Life. By Dexter, the #1 bowling shoe in the world. What's your size? Try one of Denny's new Hearty Scrambles, the meat lovers or the Heartland Scramble, each just $4.99. Denny's, we're cooking now. New Jersey's Museum of Agriculture, about 10 minutes from where we are in North Brunswick, New Jersey. Mika Koivuniemi, a 19-pin lead. Randy on Walter Ray Williams Jr. Match 1 is underway.
Here's your oil pattern that we played on this week. Only a 40-foot pattern, but what made it tough was what they did side to side. Equal amounts of oil all the way across the lane. And what that did was it made the lane seem like they were drier in the middle and slicker outside. That's why guys attacked it from multiple angles this week. The bottom line is you had to make shots. You want to know how tough they were? Well, out of over 10,000 games bowled this week, we only had one perfect game. That is sick tough.
So focused. Mika resumes our match. Trying to get that to wheel back into the pocket. Double wood 2-8 for him.
Again, you know, if you're a little firm, even if it's on the right line, the ball's going to skid and it's not going to recover down the lane. So your speed has to be perfect, release has to be perfect, direction has to be perfect. I think it's interesting to note that he is going to throw a plastic ball at the 2-8. Normally we throw a hook ball into the 2-8 because you have to cover the back pin, the 8 pin.
Covers the double wood quite well. Our exempt tour rules for this year at the 16 event champions. Remaining exemptions come from that point list, also the multi-year exemption, and those come from winning majors like this one. 3-year exemption for this U.S. Open. Danny Wiseman is already set through 06-07. Our Dexter Tournament of Champions World Championship in Michigan still to come. You can get 5 years of an exemption by winning in Ypsilanti this year, Eastern Michigan campus. Boy, that crossover high, right through the nose. 3-10.
This ball is left of target. No way it's going to hold line. This time he doesn't get the good break. However, he leaves himself with a very makeable split, the 310.
1 of 20 so far. That's match play only. Round robin match play with 24 bowlers in this format. Can he convert? You bet. Big shot. Mika Koivuniemi, whose family is back home in Heartland, Michigan, not far from Ann Arbor. Watching closely today.
And what he's done the last 2 frames, Mika, is given Walter Ray some room.
Looks for a double 7th frame. They'll take a 5-pin lead with a strike. 4-pin.
Walter Ray has not missed the pocket. He only has 1 double to show for it. Walter Ray using a dull ball. This ball looks pretty good right until it gets in front of the head pin. He's looking for a little help. How about a trip 4, man?
Deadeye, as usual, takes care of the single pin conversion, in this case, number 4. Don't forget the nation's top bowlers, the world's top bowlers like Mika Koivuniemi hit the lanes next Sunday afternoon as ESPN's coverage of the PBA Tour rolls on. The finals of the Cambridge Credit Classic live from West Babylon, New York, on Long Island. The PBA Tour next Sunday. Note that start time, 12:30 Eastern. For more, log on to ESPN.com. And don't forget our Miller High Life PBA Skills Challenge returns next week. Back to the regular tour event.
Wow.
Speaking of splits.
Right. Are you kidding me?
Well, this looks like the last shot we only left a 4-pin. Right now, Walter Ray out bowling Mika and losing total pins. He's got to get the ball to this side of the 4-pin, slide the 4 into the 9. Remember why these guys are here, because they made splits like this all week.
Through a lot of games, almost 90, including practice games, but he will not get the 9. Remember, Walter Ray has had 3 prior shows after winning early in the season in Cleveland to tie Earl Anthony's record. He hasn't been able to do it. In fact, hasn't won a match to get to a final, losing 3 times in the semifinals in our regular tour format. Here at Stepladder, another shot at it. 4th chance to tie Earl's record this season. Back to Mika. 7-pin. You may hear him say gesta, which in Finnish means hold, or la de nut. Carry now. Mika known very well in his native land of Finland. In fact, he's on a daily internet news report. Newspaper writer calls him from Helsinki a couple times a week to update the nation on its progress. 7-pin down.
Show you the 2 different lines. The one on the far right, as you're looking at it, is Mika Koivuniemi, Walter Ray to the left of that. So Mika starting here, Walter Ray here, but notice that both balls end up at the same break point down the lane.
Max numbers, bottom left, foundation frame time. Mika's up 17. Lots of pressure. Here it comes. No help on number 7.
So along with the lane conditions being tough and having a hard time getting the ball to the pocket, you still have to put up with carry. And right now their carry's bad, especially for Walter Ray. But the scenario is simple. If Mika spares here and spares in the 10th frame, Walter Ray can strike out and win this.
Right on the money on the single pin, 7-pin conversion for Mika Koivuniemi. Bottom line, working on an open is so important here. Late in the match, down 16. Foundation frame. 10-pin.
Wow. Well, he's putting his hands up in disgust because it doesn't happen to him a lot. That would for sure be a strike.
His words to us last night, Randy, does feel snake bitten a bit by what's happened on TV. He's learned some very good bowlers. 2 of the 3 prior to this matchup have gone on to win the tournament that Walter Ray has lost this year, trying to tie Earl's record. His message to us last night, I've got to get over that hump as Patrick Allen awaits as the 2nd seed, stepladder format. Chris Barnes is the number 1 seed. He has to play just 1 match, 1 game for the title. Can Walter Ray change the history? That's high. Look out.
Done. Mika will advance to take on Patrick Allen in the next match. And I guarantee you the reason why Walter Ray throws a Greek church in the 10th frame is because of the bad carry that played on his mind throughout the match.
You can see he just didn't like that at all. Walter Ray Williams Jr., who called Dick Weber a great person, such a friendly, outgoing ambassador of our sport. Walter Ray wanted to mention his heart going out to the Weber family. Same goes for Mika. Fogier, John Berglund, EPA President and Executive Director are here. So many wonderful people with their outstanding staffs putting together this great event. Nearly 1,000 are jammed in to our arena setting here in North Brunswick. Great crowd. Won't like that one, but it won't matter. Mika has advanced to the second match to take on Patrick Allen, the lone left-hander of our four-man step-ladder field here at the U.S. Open. And we've said it 3 times this season already. Make it 4 times. Walter Ray Williams Jr. is going to have to wait another day to tie Earl Anthony's record. Great conversion there for Mika. What is Mika's famous line? I am Lefty's worst nightmare. How about that? 3 and it goes Patrick Allen, and he takes him on coming up.
Hey, life on the street stinks.
We need odor protection.
Only Odor Eaters has Zorbitex technology to absorb sweat and destroy odor on contact.
Don't just fight foot odor and wetness.
Whack it with Odor Eaters Ultra Comfort Insoles.
Heart attacks aren't always fatal. To help save lives during a heart attack, most doctors recommend the full dose of aspirin like that in Genuine Bear. Just 1 Genuine Bear has enough aspirin to help save your life. The more you know, the more you trust Bear.
Here at our Denny's, I'm not only the cook, I'm the kitchen. I like to make food that makes people happy. To me, these just aren't orders. This is the start of somebody's day. Especially right now. There's a whole lot to cook in our new hearty scrambles. The new Meat Lover Scramble comes with bacon, sausage, and ham mixed right in with the eggs. And the Heartland Scramble with country fried potatoes. Then I add bacon, sausage, hash browns, and pancakes. And they're just $4.99. That's not only a lot to cook, that's a lot to eat.
The official restaurant of the PBA Tour. Denny's, we're cooking now.
On the next tilt. You cheated a cheater. Where's the proof? Video. Help me break him. You keep an eye on that punk. Am I clear? Tilt, Thursday at 9 p.m. on ESPN, presented by Toyota. Deep in a mountain named Copper lurks a dreadful monster locals call Gravity. But when snow falls, heroes rise, and these heroes ain't afraid of nothing. The Gravity Games on OLN, Super Pipe, Slopestyle, Border Cross, and more. Watch it on Time Warner Cable. Winter Gravity Games, March 27th to 30th on OLN, presented by Saturn.
Call today to get 12 months of Roadrunner High Speed Online for only $34.95 per month.
Here's a little pop quiz for you. Name any Oscar winner. Name 1 character from a Hollywood film. Easy, right? Oh, one more question. Name 1 character your kid learned about in English class.
Know what really matters. Know about your kid's school and know about your kid. Find out 100 ways to know more, do more.
Our entertainment being provided by DJ Gutterball. And the pinups today, it's the 62nd U.S. Open presented by Odor Eaters. Mika Koivuniemen has knocked off Walter Ray Williams Jr. 212-179 in match 1. That means Mika takes on Patrick Allen in the next match. Goes for his 3rd title of the season. Randy tries to keep things out of the channel after we see from DJ Gutterball with Mika Koivuniemen in this week's Miller Six-Pack.
What is the smartest thing you've ever done?
I haven't done that yet.
Is it coming?
I hope it's coming soon.
Keep us posted. What is the one place in the world you would like to see for the first time?
I've never been in Australia, so that's one place that I'd like to go someday.
I mean, and you've been everywhere. You've never been to Australia.
I've been traveled maybe 25, 30 countries, but never in Australia.
What's the best time of day for you?
Afternoon.
Why?
I'm awake.
You're awake.
I'm awake, I'm ready.
As a child growing up, what was your favorite toy?
I used to play a lot with Legos.
Legos?
Yeah.
What would you build?
I built house, cars, all kind of stuff.
What's the greatest sports moment you've ever seen?
It was ice hockey World Championships. 95. Finland beat Sweden in Sweden. I was having the Swedish goals.
What is the one thing that you do that takes your mind completely off of bowling?
I spend a lot of time with my kids. I think that's the best time for me to get my mind fresh.
Always likes spending time with wife Lena, his kids Ida and Lydia. On the road, our schedule resumes 12:30 Eastern next week. On Long Island, the 2 Pro-Am sites on the 26th, Babylon Lanes and Garden City Bowl as well. And then down the road, Woodland Bowl, Indianapolis, Indiana, the Baby Ruth Real Deal Classic. Pro-Am tickets available on PBA.com at Woodland Bowl Saturday, March 5th. Which is your best source for PBA information? www.pba.com. Fans can purchase tickets, register for Pro-Ams online, and the PBA has announced the tickets for the final event of the season, the PBA Dexter Tournament of Champions, will go on sale tomorrow at pba.com and the Mohegan Arena box office in Uncasville, Connecticut. It has been a very exciting week here at the 62nd U.S. Open. The annual Odor Eaters Split with $1 Million contest took place here yesterday. Brian Gossard shot at a 5-pin for $1,000. A strike here would have been worth $10,000, but it just missed. Finally, could Brian convert the elusive 710 for $1 million? Not this time. The 7-pin stood. But Brian got $500 and takes home some great PBA memories from the U.S. Open.
Hey, life on the street stinks.
We need odor protection.
Only Odor Eaters has Zorbitex technology to absorb sweat and destroy odor on contact.
Don't just fight foot odor and wetness.
Whack it with Odor Eaters Ultra Comfort Insoles.
At Geico, we're all about happy customers. In fact, our customer satisfaction is at 97%. But to get the other 3%, we're going door to door across America. What do your cats eat normally?
Well, you know, I have very special cat food for them, but also I like to give them fresh things.
We've met some fascinating people in this great land of ours and hope to have 100% satisfaction very soon.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
A smooth, quiet ride. Uniroyal Tires, proud sponsor of the PBA Tour.
Look at that eyesore. That litter might as well be a shove to the elbow of a billiards player. A man picks up after himself. And, when called upon, after others. After all, the high life is a clean game. No slop.
Last year, when you bought a bag of Baby Ruth, you got a free game of bowling. Another bag? Another free game. Millions of free games were given away. And this year, we're doing it again. That's right. There are millions and millions more free games of bowling in the return of the Baby Ruth free bowling giveaway. Hurry in and pick up specially marked bags of fun size, 10 packs, and minis, and get your free game today.
I'm okay.
Baby Ruth from Nestle, the real deal.
My mom has arthritis. Taking Bear keeps her music playing. My brother has a bad knee. Taking Bear keeps his game going. And what really amazed me was when Bear helped my father keep living. He took it during a heart attack. Bear helped save his life. Nothing else I know does so much. So when I'm in pain, what do you think I'm going to choose?
Genuine Bear, like no other pain reliever in the world.
Great crowd here at the U.S. Open in New Jersey. Tommy Jones, Patrick Allen, the only two-time tour winners so far this year in our season. No one has won 3. Making his 4th show, Patrick Allen bidding for that Player of the Year honor, isn't he, Leslie Goodell?
Oh, and he's taken his game to a different level this year, Dave. And while nobody who's been watching him is surprised to see him here, Patrick, you said to us yesterday you can't believe you're here. Is, in some ways, it just enough to even be here?
Well, yeah, it's definitely enough to be here. But, just to be put in the same words as Mika, Walter Ray, and Chris Barnes, just to be here is amazing. But we still got some work to do.
Well, he said it's an honor to be among this group. But what I don't think he's grasped yet is the fact that they see him as one of them. Dave?
No question about it, Leslie. Our second seed and lone left-hander of our four-man stepladder TV format today. Now takes on big Mika Koivuniemi. And what were Mika's words last night as we interviewed him? If I take on a left-hander like Patrick Allen, it's a lock. I'm going to the final. I'm guaranteed $50,000.
I'm sure Patrick Allen will have something to say about that, especially since he beat Mika in last season's ABC Masters. He didn't knock Mika out of the tournament, but he did knock him out of the winner's bracket.
Ten pin for Mika. Single pin conversion takes care of it. Patrick Allen's family well represented. They live in Tarrytown, New York, not far from New York City, just north, in fact, right off the Hudson River. There's Sheila. Dad Dennis, stepmom Lottie, we're going to try to make the trip as well. But Patrick didn't want to go home on his off time, wanted to stay in Jersey and stay focused, and he did very well for himself. All 10 down in the pit for Patrick Allen.
Check out the strike percentage versus Patrick Allen's. It's hard to believe that you'd make a telecast with a 39% strike percentage, but a lot of spares. Look at his spare conversion, 92%. He's got major experience. He finished second at the Miller High Life Masters. First tournament of the year, Dave.
Just behind Danny Wiseman. However, against Mika, he's had his troubles. Number 10 wiggles and stays up.
And again, a really good shot to keep the ball in the 1-2 pocket for PA. You see that spot down the lanes, that those dark strips, about 45 feet down the lane. That's equivalent to the second arrow on both sides. You're going to see the players kind of bumping off of that, using it as their break point.
Patrick 0-3, as we mentioned, against Mika. The finals of the Cambridge Credit Classic, the day Mika threw a 300 last season on TV. Also, the ABC Masters in Reno last year. So he's faced Mika on TV in some big moments and has so far been unable to overcome the big fin. Does that change today, in your opinion?
Put me on the spot. Patrick Allen's line to the pocket, in my opinion, looks better than Mika's. And if Patrick Allen can get it off his hand clean like he has all week, he will beat Mika Koivuniemi. If he can't, Mika will advance to the title.
Remember, Mika made the guarantee. He could beat PA. He avoided what looked like right off the hand. Could have been a big four type shot. It was high.
See, if Mika was further right, if he was allowed to play further right, then I would say, it's pretty much an even matchup. But the lanes, the way they broke down in practice, have forced the right-handers, I think, further left than they wanted to play them. PA, on the other hand, isn't as deep, and I like his line to the pocket better.
Well, we all remember it, folks, don't we? 25 years ago, a group of young hockey players represented the United States in the 1980 Olympics and delivered one of the greatest upsets in history by defeating the heavily favored Russians en route to winning the gold medal game. Do you believe in miracles? Al Michaels' famous call, yes. Relive the thrilling action. 25th anniversary, special on ESPN tonight at 8 Eastern. Mika's a big hockey fan, being from Finland, was quite distraught. The second round of NHL talks did not yield a settlement yesterday in New York. No NHL hockey this season. So what's your outlet? Tune in tonight here on ESPN for the Miracle on Ice broadcast.
Highlight is the theme on the right side for the righties. A little too quick or a little too far to the right. Mika leads with a 2-5.
15th career TV appearance, second of the season. January 9th of this year, Mesa, Arizona outside Phoenix beat Parker Bone III in the finals by 4 pins for a tour win and an exemption for next year. But here it's $100,000, a 3-year exemption, a major championship, which would be his third, on the line. Mika told us last night, coming off Player of the Year honors, 7 shows last season, tying Chris Barnes first on the tour in that stat. He's bowled well, just hasn't been able to overcome hurdles at the right time. A bit like Walter Ray. He's been right there in the hunt. Things can really change for Mika. Same goes for PA, who gets some late pin action and help on number 10.
He's playing the 4th arrow. Mika's playing left of the 5th arrow. Again, better angle for PA to get to the pocket consistently. Advantage Patrick Allen. You see what he averaged in the qualifying. 13th after 27 games. 3 6-game blocks and a 9-game block just to make it to match play.
So last night he put an extra practice, extra couple of hours the first day he got here. Used the Pro-Am during the week as a practice session to get a better look and look
Can you not to stop the cameras when I'm bowling?
Uh-oh. There's a lot of media here. We have press, we have lots of fans. And Patrick's not happy with a distraction.
Yeah, and he flinched as soon as he let it go. Something distracted him. Pays the price, leaving the 1-3-7. Has to gain his composure, make this washout.
How'd he go about it?
Get the ball to the right side of the head pin, throw it into the 7.
Does not convert. Head pin and the 7 up. Very difficult to overcome the distraction. Due to our sports, a lot like golf and tennis, the fans can play a role in distracting our players. Especially on the release there at the last second, that can be a real difficult thing to deal with. 11-pin lead for the Big Fin. He didn't like that one at all. Wow. Back into the oil pattern, not the response he wanted with his ball.
Oil's kind of pushing down the lane, and it's keeping the ball from making the turn back to the pocket like it was doing in the first match. The adjustment for Mika would probably be going to a stronger ball on the back part of the lane, something that would flip a little bit harder down lane.
You talked about making moves throughout the round robin, round of 24. He knows about making the proper adjustments. Let's see what happened with Patrick Allen moments ago, Randy, and the flash.
Right there is the reflection of the flash that caught Patrick Allen.
That came from a fan. Don't want to blame the press. That's way high, avoids a split.
Wow, big break there. He did make a ball change. You see how much more aggressive that ball was in the back part of the lane, and it almost proved disastrous. You can see right now Mika's fishing, and this is what the players did all week. The ones that were able to stay out of trouble, avoid open frames, figure it out, and maybe catch a late double or 3-bagger would go on to win their match.
This oil pattern called by our 4 finalists, the toughest of the year. And under the TV lights, the breakdown of the pattern always responds differently than what we saw all the way through the round-robin match play last night.
Well, Dave, I've bowled on this pattern the 18 games of qualifying. I made the first cut. It took under a 200 average to make it. This is one of the toughest patterns I've bowled on in the last 4 or 5 years.
Let's see if PA can regain his focus. Only down 5 pins, though. Still in the match. That's high, too.
Doesn't take much on either side of the lane. A little bit of a pinch or grab at the bottom of the swing makes the ball go high.
Big spare conversion. Knocks them all down. Come on, man. So that's the proper response from the early distraction. And still just a 5-pin spread between these two great champions. PA has got to be thinking, although he's a modest fellow, about Player of the Year honors. First time he would have won that. If he can get his 3rd title, his first ever major. James Simone, Warren Fielder, and their respective staffs doing a tremendous job. Here in North Brunswick. No help on number 10 for Patrick Allen. The center has had several visits from the PBA. The first back in 1963 for the PBA New Jersey Open. Didn't return until 91. And back here for the Johnny Petraglia Open that year, won by Pete Weber. Pete is not with us today to defend his championship at home with his family. Mourning the loss of the legend, Dick Weber. Pete knows about U.S. Open success. The only other time the U.S. Open was held here in New Jersey, Pete Weber worked his way through the field as the 4th seed. With his father Dick watching, he beat Dave Husted, Mark Baker, and Ryan Schaefer, facing off with Marshall Holman in the title match. Pete went on to win his first ever U.S. Open. Last season, it was Pete's day again in California. This time he was the top seed and met fellow Hall of Famer Brian Voss in the title match. A close one was broke up when Voss could not convert the baby split of the 7th. Weber took advantage. 80 down, that's right.
Right on, that's what it's all about right there.
It's win or go home as the game's top 64 players go one-on-one.
Hey, he needed to win the hole, and he does.
The Accenture Match Play Championship. Live coverage Wednesday through Friday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
If you're serious about performance, you won't settle for less than genuine Dexter. As the leader in bowling shoe technology, Dexter pioneered precision traction and slide innovation. Our interchangeable heel and sole combinations match your delivery and surface conditions. Step in to Dexter, because your game deserves the best.
Jackson Hewitt. Get every deduction you deserve.
Pete Weber, PBA Hall of Famer, and a major
bobblehead.
Get a free PDW bobblehead and save $10 on tax preparation at jacksonhewitt.com/PDW.
But you can never get enough PDW.
Hey, life on the street stinks.
We need odor protection.
Only Odor Eaters has Zorbitex technology to absorb sweat and destroy odor on contact.
Don't just fight foot odor and wetness.
Whack it with Odor Eaters Ultra Comfort insoles.
Filled up? Only Alka-Seltzer is instantly ready to break up and dissolve away the full feeling of indigestion and pain.
How about a rematch?
Break it up with Alka-Seltzer.
Hey, it's me, your Crock-Pot Slow Cooker. Thanks to Banquet's Crock-Pot Classics, I'm easier than ever to use. Banquet Crock-Pot Classics come complete with big chunks of tender meat, fresh sliced veggies, and perfectly seasoned sauces. Just pour in Banquet's delicious ingredients, add some water, it's that easy. By the end of the day, you've slow-cooked a delicious meal, like chicken and red skin potatoes or hearty beef stew. Home-cooked meals have never been easier, so get crockin' and try Banquet's Crock-Pot Classics in your grocer's freezer.
Coming to you from North Brunswick, New Jersey, the 62nd U.S. Open presented by Auto Readers is brought to you by Geico. You too could save 15% or more on car insurance. Call Geico at 1-800-947-AUTO. By Storm, the Bowlers Company. Try one of Denny's new Hearty Scrambles, the Meat Lovers or the Heartland Scramble. Each just $4.99. Denny's, we're cooking now. Match 2 is underway. Mika Koivuniemen a 6-pin lead into his 6th frame over Patrick Allen. Mika KO'd Walter Ray Williams Jr. already. Chris Barnes, as the top seed, awaits the winner of this match. You'll ever wonder what makes Walter Ray Williams Jr. so good? Randy attempts to decipher greatness in this week's Dexter approach.
Yeah, and he's great for a couple reasons. Number one, he's got a motion that he can repeat, and it's withstood the test of time. The other thing that makes Walter Ray Williams Jr. so good, in my opinion, is his swing. You see how the swing comes out away from him? We'll draw a line right there on the side of the ball. Go ahead and roll it. You see how much this direction that ball goes? What that does is it takes his hand and his elbow and gets to the inside part of the ball, so it's almost impossible for him to chicken wing it.
Walter Ray fell short here today in our first match against Mika. He's up 6 pins. His 6th frame. Perfect. Making the proper adjustments is Mika Koivuniemen.
From down lane, this is how the players are playing the lane conditions. You can see that Mika's ball is much further to the inside part of the lane than Patrick Allen's. Again, I like Patrick Allen's angle better. He needs to regroup mentally.
Difference between match 1 and 2. Significant for Mika. His first strike just came there. 6th frame. Strike here, he's up 16. Look to go, Brooklyn. Crosses over the head pin. Sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good.
Yeah, you know, this happened a lot this week. A player makes a mistake, and he ends up getting a great break out of it.
With a double, 6th and 7th, 16-pin lead for Mika. Don't forget, 12:30 Eastern. Next Sunday, ESPN's coverage of the PBA Tour continues. The world's best, the finals of the Cambridge Credit Classic. That's live from West Babylon, New York, on Long Island. For more, log on to PBA.com. Our Miller High Life PBA Skills Challenge will return next week. Back to PA. That's pin action.
Right back at you, Mop.
Right back at you, Mika. That's what Patrick Allen just said to him. What? Oh? All right.
Love it. Love it.
He'll take one more just like it.
Come on.
Looks like he's overcome the camera flash, which distracted him, caused it open. Earlier in the match, 6 stands.
Pretty good shot there to only leave the 6-pin. The difference in this match, the huge break that Mika got in the 7th frame, carrying a Brooklyn to double up. Patrick Allen's issues with the flash camera, creating that open frame in the 4th. Patrick Allen trailing by 16 with a conversion here.
6-pin down. Patrick, the only bowler on tour this year to win back-to-back titles, and the first since Walter Ray Williams Jr. did it in the year 2000. It's only been done 59 times. in PBA history. Dallas and Birmingham back-to-back weeks. 8th frame for Mika. Strike here puts him up 26 pins. Goes for the turkey.
Come on, Mika.
Boy, not the spare you want to shoot at this juncture. Nothing easy about the bucket. Even though they're all together, this is a very choppable spare.
Covers all four nicely and avoids what would be a deadly open this late in the match. 12-pin lead. Our top seed, Chris Barnes, is next. Chris already wrapped up $50,000, second place prize, but he's never won a major. He has an 8-match losing streak on TV. Can he overcome those numbers? Question which remains to be answered. Blistering the rack. Mika coming from so far left.
Remember last time on this lane, Dave, he went Brooklyn. He said, well, let me give it some more airtime. There's a little loft. That'll get it right to the head pin. Check out the height of this backswing. Big, tall, 6'3", 6'4" Mika Koivuniemi takes a little bit of the knee bend out of it, and all of a sudden his release point becomes pretty high off the lane. That helps him to create that loft.
Patrick has faced lots of pressure this year. One of the 7 bowlers on tour to make back-to-back shows. First this season to win 2 straight, as we said. In those big moments, down 12, 6-pin.
Pretty disgusted with the fact that he really hasn't gotten a break the entire game, with the exception of little trip bucket in the 7th frame. Now there's a cell phone going off in his back shoulder and is behind him.
At least he's got a sense of humor about it. Heard him say hello. Takes care of the single pin conversion. Has not had success on that left lane. That's where he's going to finish up.
He needs to throw 3 in the 10th right now to make Mika Koivuniemi show up and get a mark in the 10th frame. A mark in good count. Patrick Allen can strike out for 194. Mika going at a 197 pace. There's still room for Patrick Allen.
Not much, though. Needs it. Has 10 down. Big shot for PA. Trying to put the pressure on Major Mika.
Make him earn it, bro. God. Just like Norm Duke said, no gimmies.
Quoting one of our PBA stars, Norm Duke. Won a couple of weeks ago in Atlanta. Another perfect shot.
No freebies. No freebies.
Well, I think if Patrick wasn't distracted early on in the game, he would have done a lot more of this. Right now, with good count here, he will force Mika Koivuniemi to mark in the 10th frame. No easy task at the U.S. Open on these brutal lane conditions. Remember, no gimmies.
Mika is focused. So is PA. Another big shot. Paralyzing 5 goes down. It means Mika needs a spare plus an 8-pin count to win and make the final. We are coming to you from Brunswick Zone, Carolier, North Brunswick, New Jersey, not far from New York City. Dave Ryan, Randy Peterson, Leslie Goodell, along with our great ESPN PBA crew, watching match 2. Mika's already knocked off Walter Ray Williams Jr., ending Walter Ray's shot at tying Earl Anthony's record. This is the second match if he wins it. He's off to the final. It's a 10-pin. Needs the spare an 8.
Spare an 8, no easy test. Remember, in the 8th frame on this very lane, he left the bucket. The shot looks pretty good, but it's a little firm. 6 goes to the sidewall, lays in the gutter, doesn't kick out the 10. 10-pin shouldn't be a problem, but under this type of pressure, I'm not so sure getting 8 is that easy.
Does have the 10-pin. Now it's an 8 count. Avoiding a disastrous split. Seven would tie and force a roll-off, which would be incredibly dramatic. Patrick can't even look.
Wow! Are you kidding me?
We have a tie with a 7-pin count. Incredible!
Too fast, leaving the 2-4-5. We are all tied. Sudden death roll-off.
Our tournament director, Kirk Von Kruger, will break down the rules for us in our sudden death roll-off.
Ladies and gentlemen, by PBA rule, all ties must be broken by 1 ball sudden death roll-off. The higher seed will have choice of starting lane and order. Patrick is elected to start on the left lane. If they both tie, they'll move to the alternate lane and continue alternating back and forth until the tie is broken.
Talk about dramatic. We saw Patrick taking, as the higher seed, the choice of lane and order. 1 shot, higher pinfall wins with a tie. We repeat the process. You talk about drama. 5 and 4 in his career roll-off. Mika's at 4, and he's won 3. All tied for a spot in the final to face Chris Barnes. It's underway. 9-pin count. The 3 stands, and now with a strike, Mika advances with a 9. He ties. Anything less, Patrick Allen wins this game.
9's not bad. I mean, I'd take my chances with 9. Obviously, a strike's better. You can't lose right now. Mika, 10, he goes on. 9, they continue on. Anything less, Patrick Allen advances.
The definition of drama.
Wow.
9! We're still tied. Unbelievable.
Check out Mika's reaction. Come on. Oh, we're tied. And how about PA's reaction? Game on. Let's keep going.
How difficult is it, Randy, to advance beyond the first ball of these roll-offs mentally for the players?
PA, they get 1 re-rack. PA just took his. Very difficult. Stay composed. Remember, we had it a couple years ago. Norm Duke, Dave Traver, they went 3 shots each.
Norm Duke came on top that day. Another 9-pin count. Again, the 3 stands for Patrick Allen. Mika's got to match it or strike.
Same identical hit that he had on the left lane. Ball looked pretty good and just kind of scooted another foot or so. Doesn't turn up back to the head pin. As Chris Barnes continues to wait for his chance to win his first major.
Okay, major Mika. Match Patrick. 9 or better. Anything less, PA wins.
Look out. Whoa!
Patrick Allen is your winner.
What do you think about that?
Is he ever pumped? A 2-ball sudden death roll-off. And Patrick Allen will take on Chris Barnes for the U.S. Open title.
No longer lefty's worst nightmare. Patrick Allen took him out.
He was 11-0 against lefties on TV. 3-0 against PA. Making 11-1 and 3-1 now. Patrick Allen goes for his 3rd title of the season at U.S. Open against Barnes, coming up from Jersey.
Hey, life on the street stinks.
We need odor protection.
Only Odor Eaters has Zorbitex technology to absorb sweat and destroy odor on contact.
Don't just fight foot odor and wetness.
Whack it with Odor Eaters Ultra Comfort insoles.
Here at our Denny's, I'm not only the cook, I'm the kitchen. I like to make food that makes people happy. To me, these just aren't orders. This is the start of somebody's day. Especially right now. There's a whole lot to cook in our new hearty scrambles. The new Meat Lover Scramble comes with bacon, sausage, and ham mixed right in with the eggs. And the Heartland Scramble with country fried potatoes. Then I add bacon, sausage, hash browns, and pancakes. And they're just $4.99. That's not only a lot to cook, that's a lot to eat.
The official restaurant of the PBA Tour. Denny's, we're cooking now.
Hey, life on the street stinks.
We need odor protection.
Only Odor Eaters has Zorbitex technology to absorb sweat and destroy odor on contact.
Don't just fight foot odor and wetness.
Whack it with Odor Eaters Ultra Comfort insoles.
ESPN's Dream Job returns with a new spin.
Welcome back.
As ESPN searches for the next NBA analyst, former NBA players Gerald Wilkins, J.R. Reed, Matt Bullard, Dee Brown, and Daryl Dawkins are ready to take their shot at the analyst job.
I don't want no real job.
Hope I'm doing this right.
If these guys are off their game, they won't stay in ours.
Dream Job.
The new season of Dream Job. Live Sunday, February 27th at 10 on ESPN.
My family's on the East Coast, and my record company's on the West Coast. And I have friends all across the country, so I'm calling them all over the place, all the time, day and night. I save my cell minutes for the street, and when I'm home, I use my digital phone from Time Warner Cable. I never have to worry about finding a signal or the best time to call. There are no limits on when or where I can call, and it works anywhere in my home.
And now is the time to call Time Warner Cable. Call now. Time Warner Cable. Now anything's possible.
Save on thousands of products now during the huge Menards Bath Remodeling Sale. You'll find products from top names in bathroom decor like Pace, Magic Woods, and Broan. Broan medicine cabinets are all on sale and feature many styles and colors. Like these oval mirrored cabinets with beveled edge or oak frame, just $69 each during the Menards Bath Remodeling Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Extraordinary drama. A 2-frame sudden death roll-off here at 194 all. Patrick Allen against Mika Kwebunemi. PA advances. He'll face Chris Barnes in the final here today. It is also a day to pay tribute to legendary Hall of Famer Dick Weber, who passed away last weekend. He won the 2nd and 3rd PBA events ever held, including the 59 Paramus Eastern Tourney here in the state of New Jersey. Let's go back now to the 3rd member of our crew. Leslie Goodell is joined by 2 other bowling greats to speak about the late Dick Weber.
Yes, Dave, and 2 great friends of Dick Weber's, Johnny Petraglia and Carmen Salvino. And I know it's been a difficult week for the 2 of you, but as we celebrate the life of Dick Weber, Carmen, you were with Dick, you bowled with Dick in 1959 at the first ever PBA event in Albany. So who better to tell us about the contributions that Dick Weber made to PBA?
Well, Dick Weber, when you said Dick Weber, people say bowling. He carried our sport on and off the lanes. He was a notch above all of us, and I miss him.
Johnny, you look at Dick Weber and his legacy in Pete Weber, and the first father-son to be inducted into the PBA Hall of Fame in that combination. What did he see Pete's accomplishments as, and how proud was he of his son?
I'm sure that Dick was very proud of Pete, because Pete has to be under tremendous pressure through his entire career. I guess to sum up Dick Weber in a sentence, if you're going to paraphrase a movie, Dick Weber is the man in bowling, and all the rest of us are just competent imitators.
Well, Johnny, you credit him for being the person to influence you into being a professional bowler?
I was 13 years old, went to watch him bowl in Madison Square Garden. He had such magnetism after talking to him. I want to be like him. This is what I want to do for a living. As soon as I hit 18, I was out there.
And Carmen, the impact he had on you personally?
He's just my friend. He's the only man that I ever bowled that beat me, and I didn't mind it.
Well, there are a lot of memories everyone's going to be sharing in the weeks to come. As we go to break, we relive some more great memories from the great Dick Weber.
Everyone wants it, basketball's got it. ESPN College Game Day, Saturdays at 11. Fueled by Mountain Dew.
Hey, life on the street stinks.
We need odor protection.
Only Odor Eaters has Zorbitex technology to absorb sweat and destroy odor on contact.
Don't just fight foot odor and wetness.
Whack it with Odor Eaters Ultra Comfort insoles.
If you're serious about performance, you won't settle for less than genuine Dexter. As the leader in bowling shoe technology, Dexter pioneered precision traction and slide innovation. Our interchangeable heel and sole combinations match your delivery and surface conditions. Step in to Dexter, because your game deserves the best.
It's all about the game. When the stakes are high and it comes down to that one shot. Are you up to the challenge? BowlersParadise.com. BowlersParadise.com brings you the top-of-the-line products at competitive prices. Balls, bags, shoes, shirts, and accessories. All orders processed within 24 hours on our secure website. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Let us prepare you for the challenge. 888-969-BOWL. BowlersParadise.com.
Hey, life on the street stinks.
We need odor protection.
Only Odor Eaters has Zorbitex technology to absorb sweat and destroy odor on contact.
Don't just fight foot odor and wetness.
Whack it with Odor Eaters Ultra Comfort insoles.
Those pins are going down easier than a French prize fighter. And here's something else that goes down easy. Miller High Life Light. Beer frame after beer frame. After beer frame. You'll be glad there's also a lightweight to live. The High Life.
One of our two great PBA bowlers will win his first major championship today, either Patrick Allen or Chris Barnes. As we head now, Randy, to the Geico Direct Championship recap.
Thanks, Dave. Earlier in match number one, it was Mika Koivuniemi defeating Walter Ray Williams Jr. by the score of 212-179. Mika staying clean down the stretch was the key. Then in match number 2, Patrick Allen and Mika Koivuniemi tied 194-194. They went to a sudden death roll-off where Patrick Allen won in 2 frames.
What do you think about that?
Well, emotions are certainly running high after that last match of Patrick Allen. How do you get it together at this point in order to go on and win this tournament?
Well, I think the momentum's mine right now. Obviously, I didn't think I had a chance to win that game going in the 10th, and somehow, some way, you know, we're here.
Well, you're going up against the strongest bowler in the field this week. And, Chris, how do you get everything together to get over the hump to win this tournament?
Well, I said I really just need to shut out all the external factors. Not get too focused in the past and stay present today, because the past doesn't predict what happens today, and just be me. And if I stick to what I do best, we'll see where momentum ends up.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, closing it out, it's been a big challenge for Chris. He'll have to keep his adrenaline in check in this one.
That is the issue with Chris Barnes, no question, Leslie. One of the best, if not the best in the world, but unable so far to have a lot of success on television.
Last night, Chris Barnes needed a win against Patrick Allen to claim the top seed. He bowled 280, his highest game of the tournament, which basically secured him no worse than $50,000.
Brooklyn strike. What a break to start it for Chris Barnes, and we saw the money and points on the line in this, our second major of the season.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is not what I wanted to see out of Chris Barnes. Throwing a Brooklyn, his first shot out of the gate, leads me to believe that his ball reaction may be as bad as Mika's. Advantage Patrick Allen.
Could be a good early sign for Chris. His mistakes in the past on TV have ended up in unmakeable splits. So it's a break, you never know. Six pin up for PA.
That was pretty good right there. That was quality.
I think he's being sarcastic.
That was good stuff.
Little pull,
but that every frame.
No, I don't think you want to do that, PA, if you want to win this championship. He'll fix it.
14-6 in his career on TV. We saw success in getting to the finals. For his 4-3 career coming in, can he win his 5th title and his first major? That's the question. Our Baby Ruth Real Deal matchup, Randy.
Incredibly close matchup. Really the only number that sticks out is the spare percentage. PA right now, all he needs to do is fill frames, stay clean, avoid trouble. It'll put an awful lot of pressure on Chris Barnes. Struck half of the time he was up in his last match.
Blisters the rack. You know Patrick very well. You know the sport of bowling, Randy, as well as anyone. How do you rebound and keep the emotions in check, as Leslie said with Patrick, after that roll-off?
That's why we're professionals. I mean, professionals know how to keep their emotions in check, and the great ones have always been able to regulate their intensity and be able to just, you know, control their emotions. It's okay to be emotional as long as it doesn't get in the way of what you're trying to do physically.
That's high, but a break again, just the 10 pin up. That could have been a tough split to look at.
This ball again high. The first shot he threw out of the gate with Brooklyn. Chris Barnes had practice prior to going on the air for this championship match and has yet to hit the pocket.
It was a long time ago, right before everything started. He was on the TV practice, but in the stepladder format, he only has one game as he takes care of the 10 pin there. Qualified as the first seed, as Randy mentioned, an incredible last game in the positioning contest, the last of our round robin match play action last night through 280 head-to-head with PA. Pretty good.
And you can see that he bowled PA twice. He bowled him once in the round robin. Remember, round robin match play, you bowl everybody once. The 24th game being a position round.
Lane level look at it, all 10 down for Chris Barnes, who's trying to give himself an early birthday present. Friday, he turns 35 years old. That'd be a great happy birthday to me. dating back to '98, 6 in a row for the top seed. Overall in U.S. Open history as the 4 goes down. Hey, how about that for Patrick?
PA takes another re-rack as we take a look at a huge break. That gives him an early double and a 10-pin lead.
Well, no NHL hockey this year after round 2 of negotiations failed, unfortunately, this weekend in New York. But 25 years ago, a group of young hockey players represented the U.S. in the 1980 Olympics. They beat the incredibly heavily favored Russian Olympic hockey team. Do you believe in miracles? Yes, said Al Michaels on his legendary call. Relive the thrilling action. Miracle on Ice 25th anniversary special on ESPN tonight at 8 Eastern time.
You done over there? Guess not. Thanks.
Some of the fans moving a bit to Patrick's left. Making sure there are no distractions. He's up 10. 20 with a strike. Goes for the turkey.
Are you kidding me?
Deserve it.
Catches a great break the frame before, and then he just gets it right back in the teeth with a bad break there, leaving the 6-8. The last time Pia was distracted last game.
There.
He won. Get the ball over here. Slide the 6 into the 8. Walter Ray, remember, left the right-hander 6-8 to 4-9 in his match, failed to convert.
Over 50% split conversions so far this week. Does he have it?
Wow.
No whiffs on a pair. So a lower pin count could really hurt Patrick Allen. Against Chris Barnes, the exciting final continues.
It's all about the game. When the stakes are high and it comes down to that one shot. Are you up to the challenge? BowlersParadise.com. BowlersParadise.com brings you the top-of-the-line products at competitive prices. Balls, bags, shoes, shirts, and accessories. All orders processed within 24 hours on our secure website. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Let us prepare you for the challenge. 888-969-BOWL. BowlersParadise.com.
Will it be A or B? A or B? All a man wants is a cold beer and he gets hit with the pop quiz. Now's when a high life man licks his number 2 pencil and proudly writes down A and B. Tests always made me thirsty.
What size?
15.
Tire sizes to fit most vehicles. Uniroyal Tires, proud sponsor of the PBA Tour.
Jackson Hewitt. Get every deduction you deserve.
Pete Weber, PBA Hall of Famer, and a major
bobblehead. Get a free PDW bobblehead and save $10 on tax preparation at jacksonhewitt.com/PDW. Because you can never get enough PDW.
Heart attacks aren't always fatal. To help save lives during a heart attack, most doctors recommend the full dose of aspirin like that in Genuine Bear. Just one Genuine Bear has enough aspirin to help save your life. The more you know, the more you trust Bear.
We are coming up to Chris Barnes' 4th frame. He's got a 6-pin lead. As we welcome Jim Healy and his staff, our title sponsor of the 62nd U.S. Open here at Brunswick Zone Carolier in New Jersey. Leading us to the Uniroyal Tire. Rock and roll, Randy.
Dave Ryan, the most exciting event in sports, the sudden death roll-off in any sport, football, baseball, bowling, we've got it. PA gets 9, Mika gets 8, PA advances.
What do you think about that?
What we think, Patrick, is that was an incredibly exciting moment. Our first sudden death roll-off on TV in 2 years. 4th frame for Chris Barnes, and Randy's been a disaster in majors for one of the most talented bowlers on tour. 0-7 in his career. Last year, Patrick Healy, Dexter Tournament Champions, where you did so well. ABC Masters, US Open, all losses, Chris Barnes. Why?
It's like the $64,000 question. You know, he's lost his last 8 games, or 8 matches on television, 0-7 in majors. I think that's exactly what he needs to do, is just trust it.
That's trusting all right. That's been his theme all year, to try to break the slump on television. In majors, his foes are averaging over 231. So he's running some pretty good bowlers.
You know, what's amazing is Chris Barnes actually has a higher rev rate and hooks it more than Mika Koivuniemi. But he's actually going straighter than Mika was in his matches. Chris Barnes has moved right, he's taken his hand out of it.
A lot to accomplish for Chris with a win today. By far, he would become the fastest bowler to 1 million. He told us last night that's important. But I'm 34 and was on the international circuit for a while for Team USA. Look at that, crossing over again on his try for a turkey.
Come on.
And the 6-pin up.
Pry it off. Trust it. Let go of it. Easier said than done. Prestige of the U.S. Open title, the money, place in the history books. Not easy to get it off your hand when you feel like you're bowling in a phone booth.
Ups the percentage, 6-pin down. Single pin conversions. Let's head down to Leslie Goodell.
Guys, you'll notice that Patrick Allen is using the same kind of ball, but 2 different ones depending on which lane he's in. On the right-hand lane, he's using a ball that allows him a little bit more control. On the left-hand lane, the ball he's using allows him to be a little bit more loose and aggressive.
A little bit more back end for PA on the left lane.
Do I get the shot clock over?
A little more of a rolling type of ball. Both guys have used all of their re-racks. Again, PA finds himself in the same situation he was in his previous match, trying to regroup after a huge distraction.
Shove it up.
Liked it off his hand, 6-pin up.
Good shot. Pretty similar to the last shot he threw, only he left a 6-8. Check this out. Watch that side roll. That's going to make the ball grip the middle part of the lane and then start to hook up. Just a little bit left of that down the lane. It's perfect. A little bit right of that goes right through the nose. And I'm talking half an inch either side of that spot.
That's exactly what he told us last night, Randy. The margin for error, very slim. Missed by just a fraction. You're out of the pocket on this challenging U.S. Open 40-foot oil pattern. But Patrick's message to us last night, soft hands on this pattern. Don't overthrow it.
Yeah, and the reason why, if your hand is nice and soft at the bottom of the swing, there's less chance of you grabbing it or overhitting it, thus keeping the ball on a much straighter, much more accurate line.
Late help on number 10. We'll gladly take that break.
Catches the light swisher here. Nice little break. Still trails by 15.
Can't emphasize enough what a great year it's been for Chris Barnes outside of television. Second in points behind Patrick Allen. 5th on the money list. 2nd in tour average behind leader Walter Williams Jr. Perfect shot. But on TV, The troubles have haunted Chris Barnes. Will it change today as he goes for his first ever major championship? We're coming to you from Brunswick Zone Carolier, historic bowling center, North Brunswick, New Jersey, not far from New York City. Dave, Randy, and Leslie, along with our entire ESPN PBA crew. Don't forget, coming up next on ESPN NFL Pro Bowl Skills Competition. As soon as we wrap up action, our live presentation of the 62nd U.S. Open. 25-pin lead potentially for Barnes with a strike. Good pin action, down they all go.
Show you that the margin of error is very minute today. Check this out. The ball on the right side of the screen is the one that strikes. The one on the left is the one that goes high. Obviously, Chris wants to throw a lot more of the ones on the right. And again, it's just a matter of inches. In fact, you can hit the same target, but get it off your hand poorly, and it's the difference between striking and going Brooklyn or missing the head pin right.
PA needs a strike. Three down 15, looks for a double, seventh frame. All 10 down for Patrick Allen, who leads the PBA Tour in points. He's got 2 wins, also tops on the money list.
Beautiful shot here. PA keeps himself in the match. A strike will cut Chris Barnes' lead to 5.
Scores, there they are.
Has to put pressure on Chris Barnes. To do that, he must strike here in the 8th frame.
Spinning messenger won't take the 6 down, and it stands for Patrick.
Oh, yes.
Just mentioned the points list. The winner, top 4, are off to the round of Super 16, which puts you in a great position to win the World Championship in Ypsilanti, Michigan. To come close to wrapping up our season along with the Dexter Tournament champions in April. Harry Smith points title will go to the leader at the end of our season. And Patrick's in the driver's seat right now in that department, but here, Chris Barnes is standing in the way.
If Chris Barnes wants to win a major championship, he needs to strike in this frame. PA has given him the opening. It's up to him now to step through and take advantage of it.
Goes for the biggest turkey of his career, right here.
Wow.
He balks.
Seen that before.
Yeah.
Chris Barnes uses an extremely tight thumb hole, and watch this, right at the bottom of the swing. Whoops, something doesn't feel right. Better not let go of it.
Goes as a shot clock violation. It's high. He couldn't overcome the distraction of that balk.
PA still not finished. Chris Barnes fails to put him away. Anybody's match.
No, Chris has had trouble.
Oh, help.
Look out, can you believe it? An open frame so late in the match for Chris Barnes.
Last year of the Masters, Chris Barnes right through the face to lose it to Walter Ray Williams Jr. Same situation. Last year's U.S. Open chops the same spare the 3-6-10.
Unbelievable.
1-pin match.
The lead has completely evaporated for Chris Barnes, but he rebounds nicely with a great ball there.
Still mine.
He thinks it's still his tournament to win. How will Patrick Allen respond?
Here's where he chops the 3-6-10. But look at the way he rebounds off of that disastrous miss. He comes right back and dead flushes it on the left lane. Patrick Allen, 9th and 10th. Chris Barnes will finish the match on the right lane.
We already had one sudden death roll off. Could we have another one? How dramatic could that be? Avoids a split. Oh! Down goes number 10.
Are you kidding me? Come on.
All right, dude.
Still a one-pin match. PA strikes on the 10th frame. Chris Barnes will have to match whatever Patrick Allen does in the 10th to win by 1.
Right now. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it.
Shot clock violation. He's going to take it. Hey, forget about the fine that he has to pay. This shot is much more important than paying a $500 shot clock violation fine.
Oh! Number 8 this time! Can you believe it?
Patrick Allen doing his best. He ate me imitation. Tripping the 6 into the 8.
Don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Come on.
Now PA takes a 9-pin lead.
Come on.
Trying to finish out in style. 10th frame. Look at how tight it is, folks. Don't go anywhere. Oh, 7-pin.
Threw that as great as he could possibly throw it in this situation and gets 9. Chris Barnes now needs to match exactly what PA just did. A strike, 9 spare. Chris Barnes will win by 1 pin.
Sorry.
All on his shoulders in moments. Gets the 7. And now it is official. Chris Barnes needs a strike plus a 9 spare to win the 62nd U.S. Open. Anything less, and Patrick Allen will win his first major championship and his 3rd title of the year. Got to be a strike. Gets it.
Showed some real serious Maple moxie with that shot right there. He doesn't hoop it up. He knows exactly what he needs. This isn't over. He knows he needs at least 9 spare or a strike to win his first major.
Anything less, Patrick Allen will win. Or could it be another tie? It's 9.
Chris Barnes is a major champion winner. What a huge break. That ball went right through the nose. He could have split. He could have got 6. He still needs a spare. If he misses
One more
it, we have a
pin,
tie.
Randy Peterson. One more pin for Chris Barnes to win his first ever major and break the 8-match TV losing streak. Yes! 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 The monkey is off Chris Barnes' back, finally.
That was awesome. That makes up for a bunch of them right there. Woo!
Linda, Ryan, and Troy, I love you guys. Yeah! You guys are great. You guys are great.
He told us he cannot live in the past. All the struggles on the majors. The 8-match losing streak. And a tribute to Dick Weber as well. Today. What a moment for Chris Barnes.
Good morning. At Geico, we're all about happy customers. In fact, 97% rate our claim service fast and fair. But to get the other 3%, we're going across America, door to door. Now, of course, I don't want to get too technical, but if you look at the latest customer satisfaction ratings, those people sure were nice. My hands are still pruny.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Last year, 56 million people went bowling, and the action was nonstop. Bowl with us.
On DVD.
All I want to do is race, Daddy. That's all I want.
What about us, huh?
Baby, I'm doing this for us.
Now there's the kid to watch.
We don't rate the guy with the fastest car. Just the one who refuses to lose.
ESPN's original motion picture, 3, starring Barry Pepper as Dale Earnhardt. With over 5 hours of Dale Earnhardt interviews and races.
Go, boy, go! Dale Earnhardt!
3.
You know, son, they can't put it in you, and they can't take it out.
Own the 2-disc collector's edition today.
Someone has a love letter.
It's true. With NBA League Pass, you get up to 40 games a week. Yes, you can be a Kings fan in Philly and still watch them play. You think this year's rookies will be as good as last year? Do you want to follow your favorite fantasy players? Then NBA League Pass will make you a happier man.
Call now to order NBA League Pass for just $109. When it comes to sports, we're on your team.
At Menards, we carry everything you need at guaranteed low prices. Shelving adds space and organization wherever you need it. 8-foot bull-nose shelves are on sale, just $5.98 a shelf. Home-equipped heavy-duty muscle rack shelving is perfect for basements and garages. Only $27.98. Getting organized and saving you big money. That's Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
From North Brunswick, New Jersey, the 62nd U.S. Open presented by Auto Readers is brought to you by Miller High Life. To live simply, proudly, boldly, manly, this is the High Life. By Uniroyal Tires, the official tire of the PBA Tour. Uniroyal Tire is trusted by American families since 1892. By Bear, the more you know, the more you trust, Bear. And by Odor Readers with unique Zorbatex technology, destroys foot odor and absorbs sweat on contact.
Chris Barnes has been shining his new trophy as he gets his first major title of his career. And I know you hate the cliche, you got the monkey off your back, but it is appropriate here. And what's it like for you to win this tournament?
Oh, well, it's an honor. And, you know, it was a sad week for all of us with Dick Weber's passing, but maybe some small part of this, well, a large part of this is due to him. And without him, we wouldn't all be here today, I don't think.
What did you do differently in this match, and how beneficial was it to just have to have one match today?
Well, I think it's always better when you're bowling the world's greatest bowlers to only have to win once. I don't think I could have handled another one of those.
Yeah, but he is now the first, he is the fastest to $1 million in career earnings, so congratulations. He gets $100,000 for today's win. Back to you guys.
Leslie, what a moment for Chris Barnes. First ever major and 6th career PBA title. Wrapping up a great day of bowling excitement from North Brunswick, New Jersey. Congratulations to Chris Barnes. With Leslie Goodell and Randy Peterson, our entire crew is Dave Ryan saying so long. Be sure to join us again next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern on ESPN for the PBA Cambridge Credit Classic from the AMF Babylon Lanes in West Babylon, New York.